Hi, this is IK Tutors, and we're here to go over formatting on a Word document. So let's, for example, say that we have the document in front of us, right? This is the heading, and it's minutes for a meeting. The heading is fine, right? And the minutes were formatted in a Tableau manner, where you had row headings, topic, discussion, and action. And then under each heading, you had some entry, some data entry, text that was typed in. As you can see, it's a little bit challenging to type it on a blank document and keep everything aligned. So one of the tricks you can use is you can go to your insert. Let's scroll down. We're going to redo this section right here, right? And you'll see how much easier it is to use all the tools that we have up here to keep everything nice and neat. Okay, so let's scroll down to a place where we want to put a table, right? Let's say right about here. You click on the paper where you want the table to go. Then you go up to the Insert tab. Click on the Insert tab right here at the top, upper left, right? And then over here, you go to the Tables group, and you click on the drop down for the tables. You're going to see this format drop down. And each of these blocks are a cell in your table. So we want to make a table. We have to figure out what size we want our table to be. And it usually goes according to the number of headers. In this format, we have three headers. We have topic, discussion, and action. So in our table, we're going to use one column for each header or three columns. All right. So let's scroll down. And we come over here, we drop down our table. And the way you select the columns is you just move the mouse over it. You don't have to press down, and you just slide it over to the number of columns that you want. As you can see, the table that's on the document is going to change the number of cells as we slide over. So this is two. You see in the document we have two. We go over to three. On the document we have three. Okay, now we're going to move down a couple of rows. I would say two or three is enough to get started. We can always add more rows or columns if we need. And then once you have that, you just press left click and your table is inserted into your document. Go back to the home tab because we're going to use the tools in the paragraph section to do this. Now, once you have your table in there, you can go ahead and uh, copy and paste your headers in the top, right? So we have topic. You just go ahead and copy that. In the three headers, we have a topic, discussion, and action. So we can keep the format of that by simply copying. We're going to highlight that, right? And then we're going to press Control Copy or Control C. And we're going to go down to the first column of our table, and we're going to paste it right in. Click in there inside the cell that you want. You see the insertion point, that flashing vertical line, and then you hit Control V to paste it. Right. So that's topic. Now, since I already know the other two is discussion and action, we're gonna keep the format, and I'm gonna go click in this second box. I'm gonna paste in there, and click here. I'm gonna paste in there. Now I just go back and I change this. So the middle one's supposed to be discussion. So I type in discussion. Right. Now the reason why I kept the T there is because if I go all the way back, I'm gonna lose my format. So I type in the word first, and then I go back and I delete the T. And the last one was action. I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to go back. I'm going to type in the word first, action, A-T-I-O-N. And then I go back and I delete the T. This way I keep everything has the identical format. I don't have to go back and forth reformatting every time I put a new header in it. So now our headers are nice and neat underlined. Okay, so the next thing we need to do is put the information in there, right? So we're going to go ahead and type in this information, right? Now the format we have here is that the name is in bold. See, Jennifer DeFestano is in bold, and then the regular text is not bold. So we're going to keep that format, all right? And we'll type everything in our boxes, in our cells, right? And when we do that, we end up with the identical thing, but now it looks like this. Jennifer Destefano, right? All our text is typed in, right? And now what this does for us is it allows us to format everything in nice, neat columns, right? And all we have to do is, if we don't like the format, we can select that column. We can do it, yeah, we can select the individual cells, like select everything in here. And now we can use these tools up here. I can make it a line on the left like it is now, Or if I want to, I just click over here and I can make it align to the right. Or if I want to be center, I can make it align to the center. Or if I just want to block, I can make it align like a block. Right. In this case, I think the line to the left is fine. So line to the left, and there you go. So this is one format for minutes. So now you have separate cells that you can type in your information and keep everything nice and neat in each cell because you're using the properties of the Word document. Okay. Then you go down to the next person, and this is exactly the text that was above, but now it's in a lot neater format. And you type in the information, right? In all the cells, the topic, you type this nursing 203 minute, you type in Debbie Satriano, okay, and then whatever your action is, right? Now let's say you're filled with your page is filled, right? So you have because I did the ones above, you have a full page. Let me zoom in a little bit so you can see the whole table. The table covers the full page, and you have more information to put in. So what do you do? Well, hold on, let me adjust this. See if I can get the whole page there. Trying to get the whole page. It won't do it. Let me show the whole page. Okay, so this is the table filled the whole page, and you have more information. So what do? You can just go to the upper left portion of the table, right? You click in the window, and you see this little X that pops up when you click there. If you click that, right, now you can copy that whole format, that whole table. So I click that, everything gets selected. I hit Control Copy. That's what I'm doing now. And then I go to the next page, the beginning of the next page. Right, let's go to the next page. And this is why you won't have to redo everything. So I go to the next page and I hit Control to paste it. I hold down the Control, I hit Paste. And it pastes that whole table in. Now I just delete the contents from the table and continue typing in. I can delete this, everything in here. I can delete everything in here, and I continue typing in the information. So everything is nice and formatted, separated on each page within the table, right? If you need to delete something like a row in a table, you simply move the mouse over to the row you want to delete. See how it changes from white to black? You slide it over, you click, you left click, and then you right click, and it's going to say delete cells, right? You click on delete cells, and it's going to ask you, it's going to give you options. You click the radio button for what you want. We want to delete the entire row, so we're going to click that to delete the entire row. We click OK, and voila, the row is gone. Okay? So when you copy and paste, you may not need all the rows that you had there, so you can delete them row by row, right? All right. So now let's talk about one more thing before we end this video. I'm just going to delete this whole thing. This is just an example of how we already have the table above, so we don't need that table. Okay. All right. So this way you can copy and paste your tables. Let's get rid of this one too. Okay. And use the tables as also using their tables as a template. So you can copy this, paste it, delete, and go on. All right. So now let's say we get to we're done. We have all the information in, right? Oh, let's get rid of these two rows here. And remember how we do that? We don't need these two on the bottom. We can just click, move the cursor mouse until it turns black, and then the arrow turns black. We can delete that. But before we do that, I want to show you something. Let's say you copied and pasted this table here, right? And it doesn't have enough rows. So you have more space on the page. If you want to add another row, all you do is come to the side, and you see this little plus sign that comes in. You hit the plus sign. Let's see, we got one down here, and it adds another row, right? And you can just continually add rows as you need them. Next one, right? Let's say you want to do another section of topic, discussion, and action. You simply left click, select the whole row, right? Hold down control, hit copy, and then go to the row that you want to paste it in, select that row. You hold down a row and you hit paste, and you don't have to type in everything individually again. You already have your column headers there. You can continue on. Okay. But for now, this row we don't need this, so we can delete everything from here down. Right click. And let's say delete cells. It's going to ask me if I want to shift them up or down. Just click. We're going to go up. So I say shift cells up. And boom, they're gone. Now let's get rid of the extra rows. Hit delete. We don't need this row either here. Delete cells. Shift rows up. Oops. Hold on. We gotta do it from the outside. Sorry. Click here. Delete rows. Okay. So now everything's nice and neat, cleaned up. This is what we would like to send off, but you may not want to have the borders of the table. See how the borders have the black frame around it? If you don't want that, that's very easy to remove. You can just click the table, then come to the paragraph group right here. Make sure you're on the home tab. Come to the paragraph group, you click the drop down, and you look for the section that says no borders right here. And you click that. Now the table's there, but now if you look, the borders aren't showing. Okay. So it's up to you how you want to do that. You can do it like this, where the borders aren't showing, but everything is still going to remain formatted the way you want it. Or you can do it with the borders showing. It's up to you how you want to do it. Okay. All right. So that's it for this video. I hope this helped. If it did, please remember to like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. Have an amazing day.